Q&A time, baby. Let's get it. What is going on? It is your favorite motherfucking coach. We are back today for another episode. It's going to be lit as you guys are pulling up. Let me know how your day is going in the comments. Drop a comment. Drop a fire emoji. Let me know what is popping. Today we're doing a different style. What is up, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? We got Instagram right here, TikTok right here, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. We are back. Today's episode is going to be lit. We're going into a Q&A style. Again, before we get into this, I'm running a free 4-day challenge starting Monday, October 10th. We're pretty much full. I talked about it this morning on my stories. I only wanted to take on 20 slots because I like to remain the integrity of what I'm doing because I'm one person. I can only give so much, and I do have a good amount of clients to take care of as well. So I was only accepting 20. We hit that number already. But I could put you on the VIP waitlist if you're interested. So if you're interested in joining the free 4-day Sculpt and Tone Challenge starting Monday, October 10th, just comment on this post. I'm live right now. It doesn't even make sense. But shoot me a message on whichever platform you're watching this on and let me know, and we'll get you the details on that. Now, I do have a meeting that I have to hop on at 3:30. So we're going to get right into today's episode. Now, again, this is a Q&A style that I got from my challengers, because I sent out a bunch of applications throughout the earlier days this week. I think today is Wednesday. I sent them out the last 2 days, and it filled up pretty quick. So what I did was I just went through those, and I compiled some questions, and we're going to run it up because I think there's some common struggles here that a lot of people need answers to. So with that being said, let's get into today's episode in 3, 2, and hold on, I have my hat covering my mic. That's probably not good. So let's get that going, and we're going to put this guy right here because we're going to scream into this freaking thing. Let's get it. Let's get it. What is up, Michelle? Appreciate you tuning in. Let's get into today's episode in 3, 2, and 1. What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life. This is your favorite coach, Coach Sal. Let's get it. In today's episode, I'm doing a Q&A style from my most recent challenge. The reason I'm doing this is I think a lot of you guys need the answers to these questions. So I have about 10, 12 questions here that I'm going to go through, and I'm going to give you guys the answers to it. And a lot of it has to do with fitness, nutrition, mindset. So let's break it down. The first one, I'm not going to name names because I want to remain the confidential. What am I trying to say here? I want to respect the integrity and the privacy of those who submitted the question. So I'm not going to name names, just going to read the questions, and we're going to get into this. Now, first one, honestly, how to eat better. Sometimes I eat too little or too much. Now, the thing with getting consistent with your nutrition comes down to proper planning. I always say this with my clients too. Proper planning leads to proper execution. So if you're not being proactive with maybe grocery shopping online, going to the store and actually taking some time to meal prep, then of course your results are going to suffer. Now, if you're someone who is extremely busy, right, and maybe you're not able to go to the store as much as you would like, order it online. Use a meal prep service. Wherever there is a will, there is a way, and I truly believe that. So if you're struggling with eating better, maybe not eating as much as you should, it comes down to proper planning, and whatever that looks like for you is totally fine. Just making sure that you're getting adequate nutrients in every single day is going to allow you to see better results in your fitness journey. Most people understand that, but like when it comes to taking a realistic, sustainable approach, find something that works for you, right? If you can't go to the store every week, you can't meal prep, I understand. Use a meal prep service. Track your macros, right? It looks different for everybody, so I hope that helps. Next one, we're going to rifle this off. We're going to keep this fast, okay? I need to find a new reason to work out. Besides mental health, I want to feel strong, confident. I was super committed a few months ago, but it wasn't truly for me. That is a great thing that I wanted to cover as well, because I think a lot of people rely on motivation. Let me know if you could resonate with this, because I used to do this as well. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. You can't rely on it when it comes to succeeding long-term in a fitness journey. Why? Because it comes and goes. It comes and goes. So in order to really find that reason why to keep showing up and doing all the hard things when you don't feel like it, has to be deeper than just looking good. And this is a common practice that I focus on a lot with my clients as well. Like really digging to the root cause of why you want the result. We all want to look better and feel better, but why do you want that? And then I think actually doing the internal work to sit down and really reflect on that will open up a more concrete understanding that can propel you. So to give you an example, like my why is to be the best possible leader and coach that I could be. So I know in order to lead my team, my clients, my community in the right direction, then I need to continuously show up as my best version every single day, regardless if I feel like it or not. Regardless if I feel like getting up at 5, 6 a.m., doing cardio, tracking my food, and hitting the gym and doing a bodybuilding show, like those are very strenuous, tedious things that most people don't want to do. And quite honestly, there's a lot of times that I don't want to do that shit either. But I view that as my responsibility and opportunity to continuously show up to be the best leader possible. And I believe that if I can be the best leader possible, then everything else will flow from that. So when it comes to this question, finding a new reason to work out needs to be deeper than yourself. It needs to be deeper than just the surface level of looking good and dropping a few pounds. Why do you want to drop a few pounds? Well, because I want my clothes to fit better. Why? Because I've been insecure in social situations, right? I haven't always been my best at my job. I want to be a better husband, father, wife, son, brother. It doesn't matter. So I want you guys to think about that because we can't rely on motivation. So hope that one helps. Next one, I want to be strong and toned. My struggle has definitely been high stress. And I think we all could resonate with that, with being stressed and maybe not seeing the best results that we want in our fitness journey. And specifically, I'm speaking to my ladies because I am a women's coach. Not to say that I don't work with males, but I've found over time that I just work better with women. So here's the thing. When it comes to being strong and toned, your priority needs to be resistance training. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Strength training is the answer. You can't rely on cardio. And it's unfortunate that a lot of us in today's society rely on things like the Peloton and Orange Theory and all these HIIT classes, which I am not saying they don't work. I'm not saying there's not a time and place for that. What I'm saying is if your goal is to look strong and toned and build lean muscle and drop body fat, then a higher ROI activity, return on investment activity, is going to be prioritizing strength training over cardio. Not to say that cardio isn't a useful tool. It should be something that you do after your weights. Again, prioritize the weights and do that first because over time that will yield better results. Is that making sense so far? Are you guys getting value? If so, if you're hearing me clearly, whatever platform you're on, drop some fire emojis and let me know. I know that I'm speaking very fast, but I want to make sure that I hit all these questions because, like I said, I have a 3:30 appointment that I need to get to. So let's keep this rolling. And this ties into the next question with being very toned. Again, quality nutrition, track your macros, good sleep, water, strength train 4 or 5 days a week. You do that consistently, you're going to be in a good place. The problem is consistency, patience, and trusting that what you're doing is going to work if you're doing things properly. And if you're not doing things properly, shoot me a message. Let's have a conversation. This isn't a sales pitch. Like, I genuinely am passionate about helping other people reach their goals because I myself struggled with doing exactly that for majority of my life. And I understand how frustrating that could be and how tedious it may feel to continuously be doing things every week and not getting where you want to be. So I think that's important to realize that, right? Next question. We're going to keep this rolling. Rapid fire, baby. Let's go. Leaner. I want a leaner, more flat and toned stomach and arms. Here's the thing. I think this is a big misconception too, especially with the ladies. Like, continuously training your abs and doing all these crunches and insane amounts of cardio is not going to yield as good a result as prioritizing quality, getting adequate protein, strength training, doing the right movements, compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, pull-ups, all of those things. That is going to move the needle much further. Maybe reducing your sugar intake, maybe reducing your alcohol consumption a little bit. All of those things stack onto each other. You may be aware of that, but it's continuously executing on that week after week. Like, it's not sexy. Everyone's looking for this like big secret, all this, these diet pills, these P90X, all this other shit. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's truthfully just doing the right things, staying patient with it, and being consistent. Dom, what is up, brother? I appreciate you. Sarah, what is going on? Let's get it. We're keeping this rolling. Digging the mullet. Yo, I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's keep this rolling because I'm recording a podcast and I want to make sure that the audience is getting an insane amount of value. So when it comes to getting a leaner, more flat stomach, I would say aim for 5,000 to 10,000 steps a day, 8 hours of sleep. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. You want to aim for a gallon. get adequate protein in. What that looks like is maybe 1 gram per pound of body weight is a great place to be in, ideally from whole food sources like chicken, beef, pork, salmon, eggs, whey. We could go all day. Whey protein is great, so are protein bars. But at the same time, you want to make sure you're getting that from real, natural, whole foods. Why? Because they have more micronutrients and vitamins and minerals that are going to support your digestion, your gut health, all these things that will make a massive difference with reducing inflammation, also improving the quality of your skin, making sure that your mind is sharp, giving you better energy levels. All of these things stems from your nutrition, okay? So I want to hammer that home. Next one that I really wanted to get into is maintaining a social life, being committed to my diet. I am inconsistent in the gym. This is a great question. I have been for years, so there's really no issue there, but sometimes I lack the energy and I hit a plateau because I'm not pushing myself as hard. Man, that's a good one that we want to really hammer home as well. Now, workout intensity is another animal. It's a completely different thing because sometimes maybe you're hitting your macros, maybe you're getting your steps and you're in the gym, but you're at a plateau. That to me sounds like it could be workout intensity. Like, are you really pushing yourself to failure on your working sets? What is a working set? So let's break that down. A working set is the top movement of that certain exercise. So for example, if you're doing a barbell squat and you're doing 4 sets, maybe the first 2 are warm-up sets at a lighter load to get your blood circulating, to lubricate your joints, to maybe get your mind in the target muscle. And then from there, you're adding weight each set to get to your top set, your working set. And then on that top working set, you're pushing to failure consistently without hindering the recovery process. That is how you could send quality stimulus to your body over and over again to break free of a plateau. And also, there's a process called reverse dieting, which is simply slowly, gradually increasing your calories over time to help speed up your metabolism to then drop body weight, increase lean muscle mass. Again, adequate protein, about 1 gram per pound of body weight. It's super important. That will get you that toned, strong look that you want. That is the answer. Is that making sense? Let me know, because you can maintain a social life. I myself go out all the time. Do I drink a lot? Maybe not as much as I used to, but it doesn't mean that I just sit home and I don't do anything. Like, yes, my life looks differently as I continue to get older, and maybe my value and perspectives on some things has changed. But at the end of the day, I am a human being. I enjoy myself. I have friends, families. I go out, I do things. Just because you're working on your goals and trying to progress in your fitness journey doesn't mean that you have to be a robot. And I say that a lot with my clients too. Like, fitness is not a prison sentence. I used to think it was, and I truthfully want you guys to understand that it is not. Does that make sense? Is that valuable? If so, drop some fire in the comments. Chris, what is going on, brother? Dom, I appreciate you. Sarah, I hope you're still here and getting some value. If you guys are hearing me clearly and this is making sense, let me fucking know. Let's go. It's not about staying motivated. It's about staying consistent. Bella, 100 freaking % hair product. It's honestly like I put a little bit of hairspray. I use like hair wax. I don't know the name of it. Jeez, I can't speak. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. But I just got laced up yesterday. I'm feeling pretty crispy. I'm feeling good. I do use a little bit of hair wax and hairspray. You guys are funny. TikTok, I appreciate you. Rebecca, thank you for the follow. Let's fucking go. We're here. We're delivering the value. Okay, we got about 7 minutes left. I'm extremely caffeinated, as you guys can tell. Chris J, I appreciate you, brother. Let's fucking go. Let's run it up. Okay, so next question. I want to lose 5 to 7% body fat and keep it off. That is going to come from consistency. I know it's not the answer that you want to hear, but I think oftentimes we get fixated on these short goals of maybe looking good for the summer or maybe prepping for a wedding, vacation. And while all those things are great, what happens when you get to that point? What happens when you get to the wedding, when you get to summer? You take your foot off the gas and you continue to do other things that aren't serving you. And that's the problem. It's a broken mentality. So we need to change that. In order to change that, we need to get consistent. How do we get consistent? Get concrete on your goals and what you're trying to achieve and execute on that every single day. So when it comes to losing body fat, maintaining a calorie deficit, getting good amount of steps daily, 5, 7,000, 10,000 steps a day. If you don't know what that looks like, just walk for an hour a day. Just walk your dog. If you don't have a dog, grab a family member or friend or go by yourself. I go by myself all the time.
I put headphones in, I listen to a podcast, listen to music, and I just walk for a half hour, an hour after work, and I make sure that I get steps in. And when you're doing that, that is how you're able to increase your daily energy expenditure, which is the amount of calories you're burning day to day. And if we can keep the energy expenditure up and we can keep the calories low, the protein high, and then you're getting adequate strength training, that is how you do it. That is a secret. That is unlocked. And then on top of that, if you're combining it with good sleep, 7-8 hours a night, man, you're fucking crushing it. And then think about you follow that for the next 6 months to a year. How the fuck could you not get results, right? So listen to what I'm saying here. Take some notes and make sure that you're implementing on this. Next question. I want to learn how to not feel guilty about eating food. Here's the thing. Okay. When it comes to eating food, we understand that we're human beings that require food every single day. Food is fuel, and we need to view it that way. Right. So if you really feel guilty about doing certain things, take a minute, like take a breath and understand that enjoying yourself in moderation is a healthy thing to do. I don't even believe in the word diets. Like, I don't like that at all. I don't adhere to that. Like, if I want something, I give my body that. I give myself that satisfaction, because if you're continuously depriving yourself of that, that could lead to episodes of binging. And I'll speak from personal experience, and I'll get a little bit vulnerable with you guys. I did it my first bodybuilding show this year, and that prep was extreme. I was very restrictive. And after coming out the first month, I was binging constantly because I was restricting myself so much for that show. For months, I was depriving myself of all of those things. So when I finished the show and I came off stage, I was like, I want to eat everything in sight. And I did. I had fucking sleeves of cookies and ice cream and all these things. And the problem with binging is that it could make you feel that guilt. So in order to combat that, in order to see better results and make sure you're not feeling guilty when you're eating, just give yourself that satisfaction in moderation. And I think when you continuously do it over time, you'll feel less compelled to binge and have that restrictive mentality of being all or nothing, on or off, being on the diet, off the diet. That's not the goal. This is a lifestyle. It's a certain way of living. And in order to create that sustainable approach, you need to think of it in that manner, right? So that's what that is. Next one here, flattening my stomach. I don't know how to do that. I'm working on eating healthy, but I think I'm not eating enough. That's another point too. Under eating could actually be holding you from your goals. Now, that may sound crazy, but again, we spoke a little bit about reverse dieting earlier in this episode. So I want you guys to understand that, like, if you don't know where your macros are at, like, ask the question, right? Your macros are your basic breakdown of your daily calories. That's your protein, carbs, and fats. And everybody has different numbers based on their body type, height, weight, age, activity level, and their goals. So if your goal is to lose weight, you have to maintain a calorie deficit. If your goal is to put on muscle tissue, maintaining a calorie surplus. And I truly believe that tracking your calories using a tool like MyFitnessPal will really allow you to see better results. Why? Because you know what you're putting into your body every single day, right? So if you know what you're putting into your body every single day, then you can get better results. I always make the analogy, you wouldn't drive a car with a blindfold on. You wouldn't make a road trip across the country without a GPS. So why do we treat our goals any differently, right? Hope that makes sense. So that's that. Next one, drinking on the weekends. When it comes to drinking on the weekends, just choosing better options. You know, you want to try and do more clear liquids, Tito's, seltzer. Maybe you do some tequila, coconut water. Try to limit the sugary drinks. Try to limit the heavy beers. Have waters in between. Space them out. That is what I found has really worked well for me, my team, my clients. We drink, we go out, we do our thing. Again, prison. Again, fitness is not a prison sentence. So when you could approach it from that mentality, that will allow you to stay consistent and create that healthy, sustainable approach, which is what we're looking for. Give me advice about the life. Miss Namie, I'm not sure what that means. If you want to get a little bit more specific, I'd be happy to do so. I have about 2 minutes left here before I have to hop on my meeting. So I'm gonna take a breath and we're gonna get this rolling. Cut the hair on the back, my guy. No shot, bro. No shot. It's mold season, baby. It's mold season. No shot. When you feel hungry, just drink water. Exactly. I love that. If I sleep more than 6 hours, I feel tired and sluggish. That's good. Everyone's different. So that's that. Let's keep this rolling. I think this is the last one. So last question for today, guys. This says, I don't think I have the energy or willpower to just get up and go to the gym. And honestly, when I was getting back into my journey, I felt the same way. I was really lethargic. I was having a lot of sugar. I wasn't moving my body. And the thing is your body, your mind will adapt to whatever you continuously do. So if you keep sitting on the couch, you keep having sugar, you keep eating things that aren't serving you, then your body will continue to want more of that. So in order to break that cycle, yes, it's going to suck for a little bit. I vividly remember getting back into the gym in 2019 when I finished college. I was really overweight. I did let myself go and I developed a lot of poor habits. So the first few weeks were extremely difficult. It sucked. And you have to just understand that embracing the suck for a few weeks and building better routines and habits will serve you so much long term. And I think they say it takes about 21 days to build a habit, maybe 28. So if you just think of it from that perspective of, hey, let me just suck it up for a few weeks, get in there, and eventually I will look better. I think that is the unlock over time. So guys, that is it. That is all. I know that was a lot of information. So be sure to go and either re-listen to this, rewatch it, take some notes, go and implement. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire lives. Peace, love, and protein. I'll see you in the next one. Damn, that shit was lit. All right, I have to hop on my call. Hope you guys have the best day ever, and we'll talk soon. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.